Hey everyone, I'm Rudy and you're watching Smoking the Barbecue. Today we're going to be smoking some burgers on my Yoder Cheyenne offset smoker. We're going to be using, I got about 3.5 pounds here of ground chuck, and I'll be seasoning it with salt, coarse kosher salt, coarse black ground pepper. I'm going to throw in a little bit of seasoning salt, and I'm also going to put 3 eggs. I use about 1 egg per pound of ground beef. So 3.5 pounds, 3 eggs should be good. Before we get started seasoning these, let's go ahead and get that fire going. So with this cook, there's a few things that I'm going to do differently than what I normally do. Burgers are a relatively quick cook. All you want is for them to cook all the way through, and you want to get a little bit of smoke flavor. But you know, there's not like all this fat that needs to render like when you're making brisket or when you're making, you know, like a pork butt. So what I'm doing is I'm starting my fire off with lump charcoal, and once I start adding my splits to it, I cut them down a little bit thinner than I normally do. What I want is I want to have more flame, and I want it to burn a little hotter. Now this is going to burn up quicker because of the fact that it's thinner, but again, it's not really a long cook, so you know, it's not a big deal. Last time that I made that I smoked burgers on here, they had a little bit more smoke than what I like, so I'm trying this method out to see if I get a better result in the end. All right, so let's get this going. All right, I got my chimney lit, got some smoke coming out there. Once they're nice and hot, then we'll go ahead and pour them in. All right, first thing I'm gonna do, take my eggs and get them in the bowl. All right, scramble them up. All right, that ought to do it. All right, let's get this ground beef in here. Probably should have used a bigger bowl. Now, let's put in our salt. Now I just kind of eyeball this. Just kind of have an idea. Mix it around. A little bit more. Put my seasoned salt in here. And my ground pepper. Now I do go heavy on the pepper, especially because of the fact that it's so much beef. All right, now let's get this all mixed up and we'll start making our patties. All right guys, we're ready to start making our patties. Like I said, this is 80-20 ground chuck, so this is going to shrink significantly. Therefore, I want to make sure that my patties are a nice size, and I want to make them significantly bigger than the bun, so that when it does shrink, it's not really small and the bun is huge compared to the burger. So it's about 9 ounces, and I think that's probably going to be just fine. I want them to be nice and thick and make it a little bit bigger. So that right there is pretty much what we're looking for. It's got a nice thickness to it. And that's pretty much it. Let's see how they turn out. Okay, so I ended up with 6 nice sized patties and a little guy that I'll throw on there as well. Maybe my daughter will eat that one. We'll see. So I'm still waiting for my temperature to come up, and I'm waiting for this smoke to clean up. I don't want to throw my burgers on there with this white smoke billowing out of there. I want my temperature to be between 275 and 300. If I keep it under 300, I'm happy with that. And also for this cook, I'm using a mixture of hickory and oak. I was just going to use hickory, but I got some oak left over from another cook that I want to use up, so I just decided to throw it in there as well. All right, so as soon as the temperature gets where to where I need it, we'll throw them on. All right, we're burning some clean smoke, and my temperature is at 275, so we're ready to go ahead and throw these guys on. Almost forgot the little guy. All right, got the burgers on. I'll check on this in about an hour. For now, all I'm going to do is just manage that fire, keep my temperature where I want it, try to keep burning clean smoke, and drink some whiskey to stay warm. Okay, we're about an hour into the cook. Let's open this and see where we're at. Those are looking beautiful. All right, so we're about 150 here. 143, 142. And these back ones, 140. All right, so we still got a little bit to go. We want to get it to 160 before we pull them off. So these burgers are just about done. But before I pull them off, I'm going to put some barbecue sauce on them. And this is optional, but I love the taste of barbecue sauce, so that's why I'm going ahead and put it on there. All right, let's give it a few more minutes, and we'll check back. All right, so the internal temperature I just checked, and it's right at about 160. That's where I want them to be, so we're going to go ahead and pull these burgers off. All right, see you in the house. So this is the finished product. Topped it off with bacon, lettuce, and caramelized onions. Cut it open and see how it looks. And that is the finished product. Came out perfect. So good. Came out really good. The full cook took about 2 hours, which is what I expected. Overall, I'm really happy with how they turned out, and I definitely got some positive reviews from the family. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.